Finally, let's learn motif 3. There are 2 color schemes. Both use the magic ring method. Work back and forth. During the process, crochet petals and small leaves, and secure them in the right position. The new stitch technique used is treble crochet. Watch me demonstrate the specific crocheting method. Start with a magic ring first. After completing it, work row 1. Make 1 beginning chain to start. Work 3 single crochets into the magic ring. After that, close the magic ring. Row 1 is done. Continue to crochet row 2. Make 1 beginning chain to start. Turn the work counterclockwise. Pick up the stitch and make a single crochet increase correspondingly. Pay attention to the wrong side of the stitch pattern. The stitch is on the upper left. Cut the yarn after completing. Row 2 is completed. We will use the side with clearer texture of this row as the right side of the motif. Now crochet row 3. Join the yarn into the back loop of the rightmost stitch from the previous row. Make 2 chains to begin. Work 1 half double crochet in the same stitch. Continue to pick up the back loops, and make half double crochet increases correspondingly. Finish this row. Cut the yarn. Row 3 is completed. Continue to crochet row 4. On the turning chain of the right side at the rightmost position. Pick up the front loop and back loop to join the yarn. Chain 3 as beginning chains. Work 1 double crochet in the same stitch. Then pick up the back loops to crochet the corresponding stitch pattern. Cut the yarn after completing. Row 4 is completed. Move on to row 5. On the right side, pick up the turning chain on the right. Join the yarn into the 2 strands of the top chain stitch. Chain 4 to start this round. Work 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Continue to pick up the back loops and correspondingly make 7 double crochets. After completing, work 2 double crochets into the next back loop. Two chains and 2 double crochets. On the other side, follow the pattern to crochet stitches symmetrical to the right side. Work 2 double crochets into the last back loop. One treble crochet. Yarn over twice. Insert the hook. Pull the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 3 times. Treble crochet is complete. Row 5 is now complete. Remove the hook and pause crocheting. For rows 6 to 8. On the front side of the motif, work into the remaining front loops. Crochet the petals correspondingly. The technique is similar to the petals of motif 1, but here the first petal always starts with joining yarn on the rightmost front loop of the corresponding row. Then crochet from right to left. For the first few petals ending, make a slip stitch transition on the next front loop. The last petal doesn't have this slip stitch. After completing the last row of slip stitches, you can simply cut the yarn. One more thing to note. Starting from the second layer of petals, pick up the remaining half stitch above the top of the beginning chain to join yarn. You can also pick up the position of the beginning chain, which is convenient for joining yarn. Starting from the third layer of petals, skip the position of the beginning chain. Join yarn on the adjacent front loop. Then crochet accordingly. For the last slip stitch at the end of the last row of the final petal, simply pick the last front loop to crochet. As for the exact insertion point on the front loop, you can adjust it as needed. Just make sure the petals are evenly distributed and look nice. That concludes the explanation for rows 6-8 of the petals. Next, we'll crochet the small leaves. Here, one motif 3 has one 3-petal small leaf and two 2-petal small leaves. The crochet method for the 3-petal small leaf is identical to the one on motif 2. For the 3-petal small leaf, when crocheting here, pick up the 2 middle chain spaces of row 5 and join with a slip stitch. Follow the same method as here. The crochet techniques for the 2-petal small leaves on both left and right sides are slightly different. Please watch my demonstration of the specific crocheting method. First, crochet the right side 2-petal small leaf. Start with a foundation chain of 12 stitches. Then make 1 chain as your beginning chain. Complete the first slip stitch of the 3 middle slip stitches. For the next slip stitch, insert into the corresponding chain first. Then locate the turning chain on the far right of row 5. Pick up the front loop of the top chain, and join with a slip stitch. Continue crocheting this row. Finally, cut the yarn and weave in the ends. Everyone complete it. The right side 2-petal small leaf is done. Continue to crochet the left side 2-petal small leaf. Start with a foundation chain of 6 chains. Then make 1 chain as your beginning chain. Return and work the corresponding stitch pattern from the second to last stitch. Complete the chain stitch position of the second chain. Then crochet 7 chain stitches. Return from the second to last stitch. Work the corresponding stitch pattern. After completing, on the starting chain where you began, insert into the half stitch. Then insert into the front loop of the last stitch of row 5. Join with a slip stitch. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. Weave in the yarn tails. This completes the 2-petal small leaf on the left side. The crocheting of the small leaf is now finished. Continue to crochet row 9. Pick up the yarn from the end of row 5. Make 3 beginning chains. Turn the work. Pick up the remaining half stitch on the edge and make 2 double crochets. Continue to pick up stitches and correspondingly make double crochets. At the corner position on the right side of the small leaf, make 2 double crochets. Chain 2. Crochet symmetrically on the other side. At the end, pick up the top chain stitch of the beginning chain. The other 2 strands. Crochet 3 double crochets. Row 9 is done. Continue to crochet row 10. Make 3 beginning chains. Turn the work. Work 2 double crochets on the edge stitches. Then refer to the pattern chart. Finish on the beginning chain. Pick up the top 2 strands of the chain stitch. Crochet 3 double crochets. Row 10 is done. Now crochet row 11. Make 3 beginning chains. Turn the work. Work 2 double crochets on the edge stitches. Then crochet 4 double crochets. Secure the shorter leaf on the next stitch. Note, this is secured while crocheting on the wrong side. Insert the hook into the stitch, then insert into the corresponding position on the back side of the leaf. Continue crocheting. When 5 stitches remain on this side, join the next small leaf. At the corner position, chain 1. Pick up the middle leaf tip on the back side of the 3-petal small leaf and slip stitch. Chain 1. As you can see, this securing method is similar to the corresponding position on motif 2. Continue to crochet the row. Cut the yarn when done. Row 11 is completed. Continue to crochet row 12. Join the yarn on the right side stitches. Make one beginning chain to start. Work a single crochet increase in the same stitch. Secure the longer leaf at the same time. Continue crocheting according to the pattern chart. At the end, work a single crochet increase on the beginning chain. Secure the last leaf at the same time. Cut the yarn. Row 12 is completed. For the following rows, always join the yarn on the right side. Crochet to the left. Always cut the yarn at the end. Consider the last row's 2 chain stitches as the corner. The 2 sides are the edge positions. After completion, compare it with motif 2. The dimensions should be half of it. Other motifs 3, follow the same method. Crochet according to the color chart. Motif 3 is explained. The motif is explained after the motifs are crocheted. Next, sew them together. First, refer to the layout diagram. Position the motifs correctly. Sew together where they meet. Use the basting method to sew them together. You can sew along the edge of motif 1. Or start from other positions. Just sew in the order you're comfortable with. Watch me demonstrate the specific sewing technique. Take the corresponding yarn. Here we use the basting method. After sewing, no seam marks will be visible on the right side. You can refer to the chart for yarn selection, or choose yarn according to your preference. Cut a length of yarn, about twice the circumference of motif 1 and thread it through the needle. Take motif 1 and 1 motif 3. I'll demonstrate using a swatch here. Find the chain space on the right side of the beginning chain of motif 1. And the last stitch of the final row of motif 3. Place both motifs with the right side facing up. First, secure the yarn on the wrong side of the corner of motif 1. Come out through the middle of the chain stitch slightly to the left. Pick up only the outer half stitch. Then insert into the middle of the last stitch of motif 3. Pick up the back half stitch. Come out at the next stitch position. Pick up all the back half stitches like this. Pull the yarn through. Insert back into the chain position of motif 1. The left side is the beginning chain position. Come out from the slip stitch position. Then insert back into the previous exit spot of motif 3. Come out at the next stitch. Insert into the previous exit spot of motif 1. Come out at the next stitch position. Repeat this process for picking up stitches. After sewing a few stitches, pull tight the yarn. Continue sewing downward. Remember to pull tight after sewing a short section. Keep the fabric flat. Continue sewing downward using this method. Check when reaching the ending. Normally these two pieces correspond at this point. If serious misalignment occurs during sewing, start inserting the hook from the next stitch, on the side with more stitches. Just make sure the edges match up. Sew through the chain stitch position to the right of the chain space. The connection point between these two motifs is now sewn. Now refer to the layout diagram. Add motif 1. I'll demonstrate using a swatch. The sewing method is the same. Come out through the middle of the chain stitch to the right of the corner position. Similarly, exit through the corresponding chain stitch on this side. Continue sewing down this side position. Sew through the chain stitch to the right of the corner position. Continue sewing the connection point with motif 2. Same method. Repeat this process. Sew all the corresponding motifs around motif 1. After everything is complete, thread the yarn to the wrong side. Tie off and weave in the ends neatly. The swatch here doesn't have all motifs sewn. Just finish sewing the remaining motifs. Once the motifs around motif 1 are sewn well, continue sewing the motifs corresponding to the edge of the next motif 1. The method is the same as before. Only the adjacent motif 1 here is already sewn. There's one more spot left to sew on motif 3. I'll use this junction where 3 motifs meet as an example. Let me demonstrate how to handle these junctions. First, secure the yarn on the wrong side. Then come out through the chain stitches of one already sewn side. Then sew using the same method as before. If there's a noticeable gap at the junction, you can sew slightly on the wrong side. To ensure a neat connection here, continue to the right side. Sew using the same method as before. Just pick up the front loop of the top chain stitch. After finishing motif 3's beginning chain position, motif 1 happens to complete one chain stitch at the corner position. Bring the yarn to the wrong side, and tie off and weave in the ends. Motif 3 is now complete. Please refer to the previous demonstration. Follow the layout diagram, sew all motifs together until done. That's all for the sewing explanation. Finally, let's learn How to add the edging. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise around the sewn motifs. The new stitch technique used is DC2 puff and CH3 picket. Watch me demonstrate the specific crocheting method. First, work R1. Here I'll demonstrate using a swatch. Find the sewn motifs. This top right one is motif 1. Join the yarn in the corner space on the left side of the rightmost edge. Make 3 beginning chains. Work 1 double crochet in the same space. Pick up the stitch and correspondingly make a double crochet. When you reach the corner position of motif 1, that hasn't been sewn, work 2 double crochets inside. We'll call this crocheted part the short side of this round. Continue with 2 chains as the corner for this round. Now work the long side. First, make 2 double crochets in the same space. Continue correspondingly making double crochets along the edge. When you reach the corner position that has been sewn, work 1 double crochet in the space. When you reach the side of motif 3, refer to the chart for the insertion point, and work the corresponding number of double crochets. You can adjust the exact insertion position. Just make sure the stitch count matches the chart. Don't work the leaves here. The insertion point here in the swatch is random. Don't work the petals either. Tuck in the yarn tails as you encounter them. Work symmetrically on the other side of the starting chain. After completing, check the stitch count. Work 1 double crochet in the corner space of motif 1 that has been sewn. Continue working double crochets correspondingly along the edge. Follow this method for the rest. Refer to the chart to complete this round. After finishing the last edge of motif 1, work 2 double crochets in the starting corner space. 2 chain stitches. Finish with a slip stitch. The first round is complete. This round consists of short sides and long sides like this. Move on to round 2. On the left side, work slip stitches in each of the 3 stitches. Do not tighten. Move the yarn to the 4th stitch on the short side. Make 3 beginning chains. Work 5 double crochets in the same stitch. This counts as 6 double crochets. We call this a fan pattern. Continue with 1 chain stitch. Skip 4 stitches on the left side, work a DC2 puff. First, make 2 incomplete double crochets in the same stitch. Yarn over and draw through all loops in once. The DC2 puff is completed. We'll simply call it a bobble stitch from now on. Continue with 2 chain stitches. Work another bobble stitch in the same position. First, make 2 incomplete double crochets. Yarn over and draw through all loops in once. The bobble stitch is done. We consider these 4 stitches worked at this position as one bobble stitch pattern. Continue with 1 chain stitch. Skip 4 stitches and work 1 fan shape. After completing it, chain 1, skip 4 stitches and work 1 bobble stitch pattern. This side going down is skipping 4 stitches, alternate crocheting fan pattern and bobble stitch pattern, with 1 chain stitch as transition between them. Continue crocheting downward. Complete the last fan pattern on this side. Chain 1. On the left side, perfectly skip 3 stitches. Correspond to the stitch count here at the beginning. Work 1 bobble stitch pattern in the corner space. Below on the long side. First skip 4 stitches, work fan pattern. Pay attention not to miss this chain stitch. Downward following the pattern of the short side position. Skip 4 stitches alternately crocheting corresponding stitch techniques. After completing the last fan pattern on the back long side, there should be 4 stitches remaining. This round alternates crocheting fan patterns and bobble stitch patterns, with 1 chain stitch as transition between them. In the corner spaces, all work bobble stitch patterns. At the edge positions, all middle sections skip 4 stitches. Between both sides and corners, short side skips 3 stitches. Long sides all skip 4 stitches. If crocheting reaches the end of the edge, if the remaining stitch count doesn't match the chart, you can adjust the intervals between patterns yourself. Make sure to work bobble stitch patterns at corner positions, and keep the fabric flat and neat. Complete this round using this method. After finishing the last bobble stitch pattern, work a single crochet to join at the beginning chain. The second round is complete. Continue to crochet the third round. Start with 3 chain stitches as the beginning chain correspond to the hole below. On the fan shape, work 6 double crochets accordingly. Work 1 double crochet in the left chain space. Continue with 1 chain. Work 1 bobble stitch pattern in the bobble stitch pattern hole. Continue with 1 chain. In the chain space and fan shape, work 8 double crochets accordingly. Then alternately work this group of double crochets and the bobble stitch. 1 chain transition between them. Complete this round. At the corner position, crochet following the same pattern. Finish with a slip stitch. The third round is complete. Next, crochet the fourth round. First, at the left side of the beginning chain space, work 1 slip stitch transition. The distance here is close, gently tighten it. Make 3 beginning chains. Then, correspondingly make 6 double crochets into the double crochet gap. One chain stitch. Correspondingly make the bobble stitch pattern on the bobble stitch pattern. One chain stitch. Into the group of double crochets from the previous round, work 7 double crochets. Repeat this process to complete this round. Finish with a slip stitch. The 4th round is completed. For rounds 5 to 6 later, the crochet technique is similar to the 4th round. Start the 5th round with a slip stitch transition. Make double crochets into the double crochet gaps. Work 4 bobble stitches on the bobble stitch pattern. Both sides use 1 chain stitch as transition. Start the 6th round with a slip stitch. Move the yarn to the 2nd gap. Crochet 3 double crochets. Bobble stitch position. Pick up the middle 3 chain spaces to work bobble stitch. Work corresponding number of chains between them. Pay attention to the correct number of chains here. Refer to the chart to complete it. Now I'll demonstrate the final round. First, slip stitch into the double crochet stitch on the left side as transition. Make 3 beginning chains. Work 1 bobble stitch into the 2nd chain space on the left side. Chain 3 picket. First, make 3 chain stitches. Slip into the front loop of the next stitch. With 2 strands of yarn, like this on the left side. Work 1 slip stitch. Gently tighten. The chain 3 picket is completed. Shortened as 3 chain picket. Later, we consider 1 bobble stitch and 1 3 chain picket as 1 picket pattern. Continue to work 1 picket pattern in the left chain space. First, make 1 bobble stitch. Then, make 1 3 chain picket. First, make 3 chain stitches. Slip into the front loop of the next stitch. With 2 strands of yarn, like this on the left side. Work 1 slip stitch. 3 chain picket is done. The picket pattern is completed. Continue to work another picket pattern in the same space. Two chain spaces on the left side. Work 2 picket patterns respectively. Work 1 more picket pattern in the next chain space. There are 8 picket patterns here in total. On the middle stitch of the 3 double crochets on the left side, pick up the stitch and work 1 double crochet. For the rest of this round, alternate crocheting 8 picket patterns and 1 double crochet along the edge. At the corner position in these 5 chain spaces, work 2 picket patterns respectively. Follow this pattern to complete this round. Join with a slip stitch and cut the yarn. Hide all yarn tails on the wrong side. Refer to the chart to finish it. This concludes the explanation for the final round. The edging round has also been explained. Up to this point, the entire blanket has been fully explained. If you have any unclear points during the crocheting process, please let me know. Don't hesitate to join our Facebook group to get supports. Susan's family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.